Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel, Matt with Green Bar Trading. So this is going to be episode 5 already of the trade breakdown. I'm going to go over everything about this trade that you need to know. Why I was trading this stock, how I found the stock, why I got in when I got in, and why I got out when I got out. So we're going to go through all of that in detail, as well as my mental at that time of the trading, what I was feeling, my emotions about the trade. Because day trading is not just clicking a button and you're in, you're out. There's other things that are going on. So, being a day trader, you have to have your mental game so strong before you even take a trade, especially in the morning. Just ask yourself a couple of really quick questions. Did you sleep well? Are you in a good frame of mind? Because you're putting real money on the line. So you want to be at your best. So here we go. I'm going to share the trade with you guys. And I'm also going to show you. So this was the stock on Friday. So September 3rd on Friday, APOP was the ticker symbol. It was the leading gapper in the entire US equity market. This was the #1 stock that was gapping up overnight that started in the after hours the day before. So anytime this happens, I like to, get in there, research the chart, look at the catalyst, and figure out if it's going to be a stock that I want to trade. Also, and I'm going to show you guys here right now, I run a free Discord group. You are more than welcome to come in and join. It's linked in the description for you guys. So every morning I post key levels on the day. So on the SPY, on the Qs, on the S&P 500 futures. We'll also go over to the leading gappers that are showing up on my scanner. And that's what we see here. So this is Friday. I write, jobs report at 8:30, just important things to know. Today's economic data, and then this is the leading gappers. So you can see here at the top, APOP, hit my scanner, my pre-market scanner. I'll also link that in the description if you have Thinkorswim, so that you guys can, run the same type of scan. It's a very simple scan. I have more complex ones. You can just look at some of my other videos. But this is a very simple scan in the morning. We're scanning for the stocks that are gapping up the highest percent. Once we look at that, we want to see, is there a lot of volume? Well, it's also the leading stock at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's also the leading volume stock. It also had a very low float. Great so far on the criteria for a stock that I would want to trade. The only thing that I'm missing at this point is the news catalyst. What is showing that is causing APOP to be up 54% from the day before's close? So that's when we then go in. That's when we go in to our platform, and I want to see right here the news. So we have a lot of news that was from Friday and also from Thursday. So like I said, This popped up after hours on Thursday afternoon. Right here, you can see clearly at about 4:10 p.m., the stock starts to take off. So we go in, and I want to see at this point what is causing the stock to go up. So I see here leukemia patient, this new apograft bone marrow transplantation of the first patient in the US. Excellent catalysts, very good. And that's why it went from $5 to just about $10 in the after hours. That's 100% of a move. So obviously that's going to be on my radar. Now, getting into the actual trade and how I made, $90 in a pretty small amount of time. Now, I personally am very hard on myself. I don't think I traded this as well as I could have, and I'm going to show you my thought process of, through the trade and show you maybe how I could have done better. And that's what's so great. And I do recommend, guys, going back and looking at your previous trades. You can learn a ton about previous trades from the week. I like to do it, especially on the weekend when the market is closed. You could come in, take a look. Thinkorswim has a great thing here, most do anyway, where you can just, show your trades so you can see, exactly what time you got in and out. So anyway, after hours Thursday, like I said, it went from 5s to almost 10. So right here, it hit a high of, I just got to move this, bear with me a second, about 979. So I make a line before I get involved in the trade. I make a line here at 979 because that's where price went to in the after hours session the day before. So I know that is going to be a very key level. And as you can see, we hit that same level in the pre-market time. And since we hit this, and by the way, this right here, if you're going to short these stocks, that right there is your classic double top. This is extremely strong of a short at this point. When price got rejected so hard from this level, you could have really been thinking about shorting this and just letting it fade for the day and had a huge winner on your hands because of this double top, such a visible double top. So anyway, I'm just going to erase these for the time being. I'm going to move my chart to the 1 minute, which is what I trade off of. And we're just going to zoom in on that small little time period here where I traded it. So, and I'm just going to try to pull this up a little bit. Okay, so at 7 a.m., which is right here, this candle right here is the first 1 minute candle of the 7 a.m., which is when a lot of volume will come in. This is when Thinkorswim is open. A lot of trading platforms open at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So this is where I'm watching. I want to see where price goes and where it stops in that first minute. We went from 850 to 890. So that was the range in that first minute. I didn't get involved yet, even though I saw price ripping, and I said, all right, We may just go straight, to $10 right off the bat, because a lot of times that can happen. I waited. I didn't do anything yet. So I waited for price to kind of sort itself out a little bit. If you pull this back a little bit, we can see there's a trend line here. Okay. So at this point, I just wanted to make a trend line to see where price has the potential of bouncing off of. And you can see that it was very, very obvious here at 8:30. This could have been a great trade from, 880s to about 940. That's 60 cents. A 1,000 shares on 60 cents. You got yourself a $600 trade right here, just from a bounce off a technical point of view, a technical level here with this trend line. So anyway, once I'm seeing this first 1 minute candle here, and it's like, that's a candle, by the way, of indecision. At this point, it doesn't know what it wants to do. And I don't know what it wants to do. So I'm going to get involved when things start to look a little more obvious to me. Now, I did have to sit through a little bit of pain with this one before taking my first $35 profit here. And the reason why I was taking profit here is I noticed there was a lot of choppiness. You can see on these candles, when you have these huge tails, I like the tail to be at the bottom. I don't like this topping tails like this. That means that price goes up, and each time that minute is closing, it's coming back down. So that means that there's a lot of selling pressure on this stock. There's a lot of people also shorting it. And you can see here, I mean, if this candle does not tell you everything you need to know about where stock price is going, and I might actually archive this for a future video or chart. This is an absolutely bearish candlestick. So as it hit the double top, look at this price just absolutely rejected so hard. And, people are just shorting on top of this. They see the candle. Everybody else sees the candle. And price just went down ever since that double top. But we're scalp traders, or I am anyway. So I'm getting in and I'm getting out and taking my profit and not holding and hoping that this thing goes to $12. This is not 2020 anymore. If this was 2020, this stock with this catalyst and this float and this cheap of a stock would have hit $11, $12, $13. It had room on the daily chart to $15, $20. Instead, 2021, while it's a great year for momentum trading and day trading in general, it's just not the same. There's the follow through for a lot of these stocks has not been there. So I'm trying to take advantage of one or two moves. We had the first move, and then we had the second move. So the first move, I took profit here, and now the second move is really, really key. In the trade, I got in at 890 after I saw that, where was it here? 890. After I saw that 890 was starting to be a real problem. So at 890, price could not get through all the way back here. Here it couldn't get through, but I noticed that since price was holding up here and forming a really, really nice flat top breakout, which is if you take from the bottom of this candle here all the way up to here, you have your flat top. We can actually extend this all the way to the left so we can see that price just rejected this area. So this is where I love when I trade momentum stocks, because I'm able to read level 2. So when I get in here at 880, I'm sorry, at 890 rather, when I get in here at 890, this is for the break of 890, which I saw on level 2, a lot of sellers, okay? So there was, I think at the time, maybe a 30,000 share seller, trying to keep price under this level that was a very clear level. So at the 890 level, on level 2, I saw the number go from what I think it was, let's just say 410 was on the level 2. So that's 41,000 shares that were sitting on the ask. I noticed it went from 410 to 350, 250, 90, and it just was going so fast. I quickly hit the buy button. I got filled at 890 at the last second before all of those orders were wiped away level 2. And that's when this ripped up all the way to 930. As you can see, I sold it way too early. So once we got the break of 890, we hit $9 a share, which is a very obvious mental level. So anytime you have any even numbers, you need to get these things to blow past 910 to hold that dollar level. It shot up to about 910 and pulled all the way back to 9, and it was looking to me like we could get some more of these topping tails here that you see. I was already in the profit. I wanted to take a quick trade. It was already, a $50 trade on 500 shares. It's not a huge amount. I get it. But once I saw price come back down so fast, I took my trade off. Obviously, that was not a good time to take the trade totally off. And, you can see there is a huge topping tail here. But look at the move we got, all this continuation that I left. So like I said to begin the video, we made $90 off of this, one momentum stock, but I left a lot on the table. So I like to go back and I want to see, where did I make my mistakes? Where could I have done better? Well, one thing I could have done way better was wait and see if it held $9. If I wanted to take some profit off the table, I could have sold half, right? And then I could have left the 250 shares that I still had. I could have let that go. And you can see, there's just so many opportunities here. Another break of this level here. So, I could have traded this much better. But at the end of the day, the stock was the leading gapper. It had the catalyst. It was a beautiful low float. Everything we like about, a momentum stock that is gapping up from the day before was in this stock. But I did not like that we didn't see the volume come in. There should have been way more volume here. Now on Friday, the day before a holiday weekend, there is less volume. If this stock would have happened on Wednesday or Thursday, it may have given a more clear, better kind of trading action. instead of all these topping candles where it went up, came back down, went up, came back down. I don't really like to see that, especially trading like on the 1 minute chart like this. It would be nice, like these nice green bars. That's a lot better to see than this, where price comes back. Now, this is that's totally normal. After a breakout like this, price usually will come back down. It'll suck back down, and then the next leg will come up. So I did get involved in, the first move here. I didn't get involved in the second move as good as I could have. This just went way too fast for me. And I tried to get in for the break of 9:30, but I did not get filled. I missed my opportunity for the fill. Sometimes being on these slower platforms like Thinkorswim, it's just not as fast as Lightspeed and some of the other day trading, software. It is what it is. It's free. But that's the $90 that I took from APOP on Friday. Momentum stock, top gapper. It hit every criteria, the news, the float, the price, everything was there for you. So I'm going to link everything in the description so you can see the pre-market scanner. And, the link is also in the description for our Discord so that you can catch up with everything that happens overnight. I post in the morning time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode 5 of the trade breakdown. If you did, hit that thumbs up for me, and I will see you guys back on the next one. Take care.